All right, welcome everyone. We're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we're here for podcast number 60, the Twitch VOD.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
So make sure, check us out on Twitch, link in the description, and enjoy, guys. All right. How's it going, everybody? Podcast number 60.
Yes, number 60.
What?
We've been doing 60 of these. It's crazy.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Like it's been actually kind of ridiculous.
Yep.
Like over a year of doing these.
Yeah.
And technically
Technically
in terms
a little
of
bit more.
technically a little bit more, but in terms of videos, consistent series, reactions and stuff, this will eventually outpace everything.
Which is scary
Which
to
is
think
kind of
about.
cool to think about. Like we're like, no long shows, but podcast.
Podcast Chan is the one.
That is infinite.
Yes,
that is our
that's
eternal
right.
waifu.
We are infinite captain. Yeah.
Yes.
And in this moment, we swear we could do that.
Yes. Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Can you guys clip just those little lines that he just did?
That's just straight from Tumblr.
Well, the thing is that the thing is that you're, I don't know, you've just gotten so confident in the delivery of some of these things that it just is so prime. I love it. Awaken my brothers.
Yeah.
Hi, SOS Bros. It's always nice to have instant notifications to your streams. Hey, yes, I don't know what the Twitch equivalent of ringing that bell is other than following.
Yeah.
But yes, please follow if you want to make sure you stay up to date on all Twitch activities of the bros.
Because
that is us too.
Twitch
Yes.
hasn't made it super complicated yet. There's, as far as I know, a one-stop shop to actually finding out when the content creators that you want to see the content of are making content.
What a novel concept.
It's just...
See, this is where we can talk crap about the other platform because we're not on that platform.
Exactly. Yeah.
But what if Google sees all and it's like it's too late.
To be honest, I miss Jacob's random short meme uploads. Me too.
So
I
guys,
need to do more of those.
actually, I was thinking of going hard and making a huge meme upload.
Oh.
And I'm going to talk with you about that, but I'm going to talk about it in context with what we're discussing on the stream here, because there's something I mentioned. I was like, hey, this ties in perfectly to something I wanted to talk about. So let's make sure we spend, I would say, about 40 minutes max on this topic.
Gotcha.
And we can go in depth into the other thing next. So this podcast will be about gateway anime, specifically those anime that are perfect to recommend to normies that don't watch anime, or those that have only watched that one shonen.
Right, exactly. And and this list that we're giving is not comprehensive of all the great anime out there.
Totally.
And all that stuff, but what we'll do is we'll talk about each one and who it might be a good show for. That way, if you say, okay, because for instance, if you're trying to get your parents into anime, you would not necessarily want them to show them the same thing that you would do to get your best bro into anime.
Totally.
Those just sort of things.
Big Boss, FTW1, and Modavins. Thank you so much for the follows. Welcome to the SOS Brigade. Glad to have you both here.
That's right.
Oh, my beard, yes. I'm in No Shave November territory, so it's all grody and just nasty here. But who knows? Maybe it'll actually be big in 2 weeks. I mean, it's not, but I can dream, right?
That's an excellent point. We are putting this on YouTube eventually, so
yeah. I mean, I didn't mention it specifically, so
yeah. I mean,
it's fine. It's fine. Whatever.
Yeah.
Good to see you all here. So what we're going to do for interaction this podcast is we're going to be calling on you guys for some recommendations of some gateway anime in between some of our specific ones that we would, I would say, present to you all as good gateway anime material.
And also potentially if there are any particular people where you're like, I got them to watch that one show, but now I'm trying to get them to watch something else that they'll like. You can tell us about that, and then we can see if we can come up with something that they might enjoy.
Exactly. Diz is a noob, just followed. Welcome. Glad to have you here.
Yes.
All right. Yes. Okay, so first things first, we have to give a shout out to one of our VIP patrons, Sean Olson, who recently just pledged at that level. Thank you so much, bro.
Your generosity is super duper appreciated.
Yeah, we'll let you know if we can through Patreon or Discord that we're giving you a shout out here, because I don't know if you've joined the Discord yet. But either way, if you just happen to be listening, thank you so much for the support, dude. We
Yep.
appreciate it so much. And we're glad to have you with us.
Mm-hmm.
So, first things first, there are a lot of good anime that we've watched recently
Yes.
that, in a lot of ways, have broken new ground in us getting into new genres of anime.
Oh, yeah.
So, like,
Yep,
you
yep.
came into the whole channel thing with a little bit more experience than I did.
I did.
But one of the cool things that you had definitely on me was kind of a more variety-based
Yes.
essence of genres.
I loved the whole treasure hunt aspect of, trying to find that next gold nugget of a show. Whereas Caleb was like, he was just like, you do that, Jacob, and then tell me what you find,
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
And there are a bunch of shows on that list that he eventually got me to be able to watch.
Right.
And I want to start with actually the one that's on this list that I would say was probably the hardest to get me into, but actually due to my
Oh, yeah.
dad's appreciation
Yeah,
of it.
yeah.
This shows it's a true gateway anime.
Yes, it is.
that it
so good.
worked so well for this.
One of my proudest moments.
Was Toradora.
Yeah.
Toradora is a romantic comedy with a splash of drama in there.
Right.
And basically what we're going to do for all these gateway anime is give you a little bit of tags that you can throw into there to
Right.
summarize kind of what it's generally about. But this anime touched on some very deep concepts with regards to love and relationships.
Yep.
And also what it means to communicate those feelings with others
Right.
in a way that was relatable and also quite funny. Like,
Uh-huh.
the show was legitimately funny, and despite the moments where it would go, I would say,
Really
into more
wacky.
really wacky and more anime-esque, it was grounded enough
Yep.
for my, very elder father to actually get really into it and become a full-blown shipper
Yeah,
by the end of the show.
It was so wonderful.
Yeah.
Because, in case some of you guys haven't heard the story, so there was this show called Toradora. I absolutely loved it. This was before the channel. I told Caleb about it. He's like, nah, I'm not watching some dumb high school rom-com anime that's gonna be terrible, and I'm like, okay. And I was telling my dad about it because I was just raving about it. I'm like, this isn't a show you would probably like, but I just think it's amazing. And he's like, well, actually, no, let's try the first couple episodes. I'm like, really? This is the day before his birthday, by the way. We watched the first 2 episodes. He was like, I love it. I absolutely love it. Like very quickly, as soon as the opening happened, actually, he loved it. He started going all into it, analyzing it and stuff. And then on the day of his birthday, sitting around the dinner table, Caleb says, hey, Dad, what do you want to do tonight? Do you want to watch a movie or something? And he's like, well, I really want to watch more of that show that Jacob showed me. And Caleb's face falls. And I'm like, but Dad, we've already seen the first 2 episodes. Caleb wouldn't, and he's like, that's fine. We can start over. He can catch up. It's good,
Yeah, my dad's 59 right now. This was about 5 years ago, I would say.
Yeah.
So probably turning 54. And he straight up loved it. He wanted to rewatch it in entirety
As soon as it was over.
immediately
Yeah.
when it was over.
Now, like with anime, one of the things that generally can keep people from getting into it is because anime can be very weird, right?
Yep.
So, and generally because it's animated, people tend to think, oh, this is for kids, right? So there's both the problem of, okay, some of the jokes might not be kid friendly, but then also there can be a lot of depth here. And Toradora is one that has a lot of depth, while it also has the crazy wacky jokes and things like that.
Right.
So it's just, if they might not, everyone is necessarily into it. If you're not, if they aren't feeling like a romance or the wacky tsundere antics, but if they are, you can't do much better than Toradora.
Yeah, so highly recommend Toradora for those that are into the aspect of going for the romantic comedy, but in an anime.
Right.
And yeah, I would say give them a solid recommendation of that, and at least watch the first episode or 2 with them.
The first 2 episodes are some of the best introductions to an anime that I've seen.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
Yeah.
Next one we're going to go into is one that is, I would say this one is more of a savior of a specific genre for me.
Oh.
So this one I would say is a show that is good for those that are Marvel fans.
Yes.
For those that liked X-Men. For those that like any kind of superhero, superpowers related stuff.
Very applicable today.
Yes.
And that's My Hero Academia, of course.
Yes. My Hero Academia. So flashback about 2 years ago, or more than 2 years ago. I would say it was about 2 years ago, but My Hero Academia was a show recommended heavily to us because I think around the time it was coming out, or around the time we were going to react to it, season 2 was coming out, and people were hyped about the next seasonal thing.
Exactly.
And we were thinking like, it's another shonen, we're not really going to get into it. And a lot of my friends and Jacob's friends were like, no, you guys need to seriously give this a shot.
Right.
It's
just
a great
execution.
It's a good execution on a proven concept with shonen. So it's not breaking any crazy ground, but it is doing a lot of the simple things right. And you go back and watch that first episode reaction. I think the second episode's reaction is blocked, and I need to figure out a way around that. But I can't believe that within 3 episodes, I completely turned a lot of my opinions on shonen in general around.
Just on their head. I
highly recommend My Hero Academia for those that like the young protagonist coming of age story with some good action in there, and then also just some wholesomeness in it. I would say in there.
Yeah, the heart that gives it staying power.
Yes,
and that's because that's really what makes it stand head and shoulders above a lot of the other ones in the crowd.
Right, and in a time where we're inundated with superhero stuff, I would say
that oftentimes has no heart.
Yes, that oftentimes is just kind of shilling out another cookie cutter character and such.
Right.
This one, I would say, allows people to get invested at least into the main 2 characters quite well. And even if they're not going in for, like the depth and stuff, like they're not necessarily going to get all the depth.
You don't have to be there for like the deep character stuff and all that, but it's there if you want it.
Yeah, it's just good fun. So recommend My Hero Academia for that. Ghosty44, thank you so much for the follow. I missed that. Sorry about that. So let's go into a movie.
Sure. Now this one, okay. Big surprise that I'm talking about this one, but there's this movie called The Silent Voice. Now, I'm sure you guys have seen it. If you haven't seen it, go watch it.
Right.
But this one is an excellent one, I would say, for getting some of the older crowd into anime.
Yeah.
That really doesn't want to take anime seriously.
Right.
Because, I mean, come on. Anime is weird. Like, it's weird.
Yep.
But A Silent Voice, there's no supernatural stuff in it. There's no wacky antics even.
Nope.
And the drama is so well done and so heavy and hits so hard that they will very quickly be forced to take it seriously.
Yep.
They won't be able to, I don't know, everyone's different, but I would be surprised if someone was able to watch the first just 20 minutes of A Silent Voice and not have some sort of emotional attachment in the positive or negative to what's going on.
Yeah.
And it's just so amazing.
So when you're recommending this to someone, look for the people in your life that are very much into heavier thinking, feeling dramas. Something that specifically makes them kind of sit back and reevaluate some aspect of life.
Yep.
Those people that are kind of, I would say the old souls, or so to speak, of anime will at the very least, they'll let themselves go down into the heavier, darker places of emotion to experience the full gamut of what this beautiful story offers.
And if you need an elevator pitch for this movie, because a lot of times, like for anime, the question isn't whether they will enjoy it once they watch it, it's rather to get them open to actually trying it out. And for A Silent Voice, this is the elevator pitch I use anyway. Imagine a story about a deaf girl that gets bullied viciously as a kid in school. But the twist is, the main character is the bully.
Yep. There you go.
There you go.
Visis, thank you so much for the Twitch Prime subscription.
Yes.
Thank you so much. Glad to have you here. Make sure to check out the sub room for your Discord invite.
Yeah.
Next one, we have to just go straight into this movie because it fits perfectly to go into after A Silent Voice, and that is Your Name, another movie that came out very much along the same timeline as A Silent Voice. Another spectacular movie that takes a proven plot concept and really executes perfectly on the character and relationship dynamics of the story, while also just set on a gorgeous backdrop of, you know,
Makoto
Shinkai, yeah. So what's not to like there? But the thing is, you can't throw around names like it's a Makoto Shinkai film done with, 2017, 2018, visuals.
They don't
know what that is. So with this, you need to basically tell them, you don't need to spoil the plot or anything, but just say, would you like to watch something beautiful with me that's going to just relax you and just give you a fun time?
Yeah.
There's nothing about this, I would say, that makes it a hard watch. There's nothing about this that makes it difficult to finish. A Silent Voice, on some hands, it's harder to finish. You have to be willing to go through the bullying aspect. But with Your Name, you get the young protagonist, you get the fun, banter, you get the romance aspect kind of it.
Just tons of energy, and the fact that the visuals are stunning to boot will break down, I feel, a lot of the barriers that people might have over anime. Like, for instance, if you were trying to get someone into an older anime, they might be like, oh, I don't like, the visuals look kind of weird, but with Your Name,
no problems there.
No problems.
And if they're willing to finish the movie, be sure to just stick around with them and talk with them through that experience, because I know lots of people that ended up going into
shooken.
like yes, they were into some woke discussion, so to speak, after watching Your Name. It was really good. So this next one here, shifting tones completely. This is a show that is dramatically popular.
Yes.
At the top of everyone's, shows to see at some point. You've all probably seen it already, but it's also one of the most popular anime for the mainstream audience, especially, even in some part, due to the fact that there was a Netflix live-action adaptation of it recently in Death Note. Now, here's the thing about Death Note. You can actually sell people on how they should watch it by saying, oh, have you heard of Death Note? And they'll go, oh, wait a minute, wasn't there a Netflix thing on that? And you go, yeah, don't bother about that. You should watch it because the original material was so good. They had to make a live action version of it.
Right.
But this is for your edgy teens. This is for your This is for your Sherlock fans. This is for your people that love the mystery, dark crime thriller, where they get into the psyche of a broken young protagonist with goals. So
it's a great just dark thriller where and it's not that dark where it's like it'll
but it is shot dark, like it is like the environments are dark,
exactly.
The lighting.
And just episode by episode it can rope people in really well because at least certainly in the first half the plot just.
And the funny thing is that Death Note is really good at segueing people into the more I would say fantasy weird side of anime.
Right, because it's very subtle. It's just, okay, he has this thing and it can kill people, and
then the Shinigami shows
look
up.
weird, but for the most part with everything else, it's Madhouse.
A cop drama.
Right, well, it's a cop drama, which makes it even more familiar, but it's also Madhouse, so the animation looks fairly normal.
Right. So all the presentation aspects of Death Note, if they're willing to sit through, the first few episodes and they get into it, you've probably got yourself an anime fan already.
Yep.
And I would say on some part, you don't need to watch Death Note with them. Give them the freedom to just binge it as fast as they want.
Yeah.
And you've got yourself
they will want to binge
a new
it.
anime fan. Yeah. But fantastic show. Phoenix Fireflame, thank you so much for the follow. Glad to have you here. Next one, let's go for something a little bit more old school, Jacob.
Old school.
Something that is very popular in the West, and a lot of people have seen. But I think now that we have this new generation of anime viewers coming in, they might not have even heard about it.
They might not have. And this is one of those ones where, for one, it has an excellent dub, so you can show it to people and they don't have to be into anime because you can
Yes.
show them the English version of it and it works just fine.
Yep.
It's also episodic, which is something that people in the West are generally a bit more familiar with than like the linear style plots.
It
and
means they
things.
don't have to invest so heavily into it from the get-go.
Exactly. You can show them the first episode and then they can be like, oh, this looks kind of cool, or, whatever. Yes, we are talking, in fact, about Cowboy Bebop.
Cowboy Bebop.
I thought about saying something different just but no, yeah, Cowboy Bebop. I mean, come on.
Right.
And
the silky voice of Steve Bloom should carry
Yeah.
plenty of people past like any of the
Mm-hmm.
I would say the in some aspect the sci-fi universe does put some people off. And I have heard in some ways there are clever ways to get people into Cowboy Bebop rather than just starting from the first episode.
Yeah, like starting on episode 5 and then going back to the beginning or whatever.
Yep.
One of the other ways to get people into it is if they've watched Firefly and
Yes.
like Firefly, then you're sold.
Yep.
This is like the first one to show them because it's basically Firefly the anime, right?
Yep.
Except it actually has an ending.
Yep. Rest in peace, Firefly.
Rest in peace. Yeah.
Oh man. So yes, this is a great anime for those that like Star Wars, for those that like Firefly, for those that like the crew of people traveling on a spaceship just doing
the
life.
misfits, yeah.
The misfits and all that. And
Because the
this is-
characters are fantastic, the dialogue's amazing, and that ending is like if you
Legendary.
can it's legendary. And if you can like have them watch this before they get into the anime community
Yeah.
and like aren't spoiled on the ending, awesome.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
Most people go into that show
Knowing what happens. Which is really unfortunate. I was lucky enough myself to not.
Same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I can't imagine watching that show and just knowing the ending. That would just be horrible.
Yeah, so highly recommend it to those that also have a problem with reading subs specifically.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So great show for that.
Yep.
Next one right here. This is one that I would say is a little bit newer. One that hasn't really spread even within the anime community as a whole yet.
Not really.
Yeah, it's a nice and short show,
But
very
excellent.
very wholesome, excellent execution. We went and kind of boldly jumped ahead and called it Anime of the Year for 2018. It's called A Place Further Than the Universe.
Yep.
This is a fantastic, I would say it's almost a cute girls doing cute things show, except because there's a vision and a goal and a journey planned out from the beginning.
There's substance to it, which,
There's a lot
which
of
makes it
substance to it.
very accessible. Because the thing is that like in the same way that a silent voice, right, doesn't have any like crazy anime elements,
Right.
That makes it very approachable. But then with a silent voice, it's so dramatic,
Yes.
that they need to be ready for it, or it will crush them.
Yes.
And even then, it might crush them. With something like A Place Further Than the Universe, it has just that general, just fun, normal, wholesome show, right? That you can get someone into if they're not necessarily wanting some crazy action show, and they'll just end up falling in love with the characters. It'll be over real quick, and then they'll probably end up being like, "Whoa, wait, it's over? Okay, do you have anything else like this?" You know?
Yeah. Specifically with A Place for the Universe, this is one I would say that is good for people of all ages, all all
Yep.
genders, all preferences. This is probably one of the easiest shows to introduce to people.
Yep.
The main part that I could see some people not getting into it immediately with is that it is specifically a cutesy show.
Right.
Like, so if you have someone that wants something with a little bit more edge and
Right.
I would say intensity to
Then
it,
this is not for them.
This is not for them.
But like this goes on the list of like things that would be a great one to like show your mother.
Right,
Like
right.
it's just there's nothing that you can really call out as being a problem with it, and it's just
and it's nearly got a perfect episode all the way through.
right.
Like
yeah.
nearly perfect every single one
where
all the way
every
through.
single one you're like, oh no, this is such a great episode. Oh wait, but then I can't forget the very next one and the very next one.
Right.
just so
The
good.
dialogue, characters, snappy, quick, engaging,
Yep.
and definitely
And
a
a
fun
fantastic
show.
ending.
Yes, a fun show with the added depth of feeling to it for those that want that as well.
Yeah.
Let's actually take some recommendations. I saw someone saying make sure you mention Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood. It's like yeah, Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood is on this list. Don't worry. No, Made in Abyss is not an entry level anime.
That the Made in
No.
Abyss is not
Gateway anime for cyberpunk fans, Psycho Pass or Ghost in the Shell. Neither. I would say if you have a cyberpunk fan, focus on what aspect of sci-fi are they most engaged with.
Yeah, I mean, you might be able to get someone into Psycho-Pass because it is
Maybe.
the cop drama and all that.
But it's pretty exceptionally I would say into systems and philosophy, and I would
Right,
say
like-
it's above entry level, but not by much.
Right, exactly. There are the people where it will be a perfect entry level anime for them, but I
There's
would
so
say
few and far between.
that's a lot more specific. Like if you are able to tell that someone will absolutely love Psycho-Pass, odds are you've been able to get them to watch a few other shows as well.
Yeah, I would say Psycho-Pass is a total the next step up from this for those specific people that want the cop drama, that want the
Right.
I would say the good themes that are approached through it, and solid characterization.
If they're a fan of Blade Runner,
Hey, there you go. Yeah, that's it. If you know anyone that swears that Blade Runner is one of the best movies of all time, have them watch Psycho-Pass.
Yeah.
There you go. It's
Yep.
perfect for that. Legend of the Galactic Heroes is Star Wars the anime. There you go. A family-friendly anime called Berserk.
Yeah.
Funny. Let's see, any other recommendations? I got my friend in anime by watching One Piece. He watched over 800 episodes of it in like 2 months.
Holy
So
crap.
that is why we're saying this is for those people that have also only watched that one shonen.
Exactly.
I have talked to so many people that say like, we love anime. I'm like, what have you watched? Naruto.
Yeah.
What else? Naruto.
Right.
I'm like, anything else? Like, I'm going to watch Boruto. I'm like, okay, hold
And
on. That's okay. That's totally okay.
We've been there. I started on Naruto and then he got me into Bleach. There was,
Yeah.
for so long, my anime friend that I talked to, I was convinced that all anime were battle shonen, right?
Yep.
And he's like, no, there's so much more to it than that. And I was like, really? What? Why? So these shows are some excellent shows to get you to sort of see that there are many more things out there.
Absolutely.
And of course, Airbender.
Yes,
yeah.
but we're trying to be as
Anime specific,
because I think
but-
that actually Avatar is a gateway to the gateway to anime.
Right, exactly. Like it's the thing where if someone has just the idea of watching a cartoon is repugnant to them,
You get them to watch
you
Avatar.
get them to watch Avatar: The Last
And
Airbender,
then from there you take
and then
them
from
to
there
these.
you take them to these. Yeah.
Exactly. So Gabriel Braga says, about introducing people to anime, I had my 14-year-old sister watching Berserk movies. Yeah. So she read the manga, and I found I'm more of a crybaby than my sis. I introduced people to Noragami as well as a gateway anime, as it's good in many different genres. Same studio as FMA. My family in general likes One Punch Man, as well as it has a great dub here in Brazil.
Oh, cool.
One Punch Man, I feel like, is actually on the surface level is a great gateway anime.
Yeah.
But actually, in terms of what the story kind of is, you have to target a very specific group of people, because I don't know. Actually, One Punch Man could work as a gateway anime.
Especially because of all the superhero stuff going around. Like if MHA isn't for them, but they are big into superheroes, or something superhero related will get a rise out of them of sorts.
Right.
Then One Punch Man would be a good one to.
Yeah,
to go
there's
to.
an aspect of kind of a nihilistic humor about One Punch Man.
Yeah.
That I would say, if you have the friend that is also salty about superheroes, get them to watch One Punch Man, and then maybe you'll get a good response out of that.
Yeah, yeah.
Gooey says Ruby, maybe. I would say no.
Yeah,
Ruby's
Ruby-
in
yeah.
a lot of ways yes, but in a lot of ways no. But that's a good recommendation. Darker Than Black, nah.
It potentially that's
It's a
kind
bit
of the
too
same thing
weird.
with like Psycho-Pass. Like there'd be the people that would love it,
But execution wise, it's just not as good.
well, it's a very specific show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Haikyuu, I would say, is good if you have that one sports friend. But the thing about
Sure.
Haikyuu, and even then, I would say the main issue with Haikyuu is that it's overwhelming having that many characters.
Yeah.
And even when I've been recommending it to people on our Discord or just in real life and stuff, I have seen varied responses. So here's an example. I introduced Haikyuu to a friend of mine, Alex, and he really, really loved it. He immediately got on board with it. I've introduced it to a couple other people who said that basically it felt too high strung. It felt too
Just too much energy
just too much
overall.
energy that
Yeah.
felt fake. And I'm like, that's totally cool. So I would
Sure.
say Haikyuu, get them to watch something that's just a little bit more fun and requires less investment. One of
Yeah.
the things that we really emphasize with a lot of this list is a lot of these stories and things like that don't require as much investment. You can just kind of go in on that specific two things that it does well and
Right.
just kind of have fun from there.
That's one of the reasons why there are a lot of movies on this list, because you can
Yes.
show someone a movie and watch it, just one day, and that's it, right? And
Yeah.
then if they want more, they can come back and get more.
Totally. People are agreeing with the One Punch Man thing there. A lot of
No, not Hunter x Hunter.
Yeah, no, definitely not
because
Hunter x
because here's
Hunter.
the thing: even if Hunter x Hunter did get them into anime, I wouldn't want the first anime I got someone to watch to be one that basically is as self-aware and like as much of a deconstruction
And a
as
genre
Hunter x Hunter.
breaker.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. Don't start them on a
groundbreaker.
genre breaker. Like in the same way, I love Madoka Magica. I wouldn't want that to be the first anime someone
Well
watched.
said, yes.
Like get them
get them to actually watch some magical girl stuff, so
Right.
that when they watch, Madoka
or
Magica,
just anything else, really.
right. There are a lot of things in here that do their part in deconstructing a certain aspect of their genre, but most of these don't go
Right.
into the deconstruction side of things.
Yeah.
How about gateway anime for fantasy setting, the more lightweighted version where stories about magical creatures or magic itself, exploration and fighting? I remembered first exploring anime for this specific genre. I would say anime fantasy, here's the problem. Generally, anime fantasy is not executed well.
Yeah, usually
At least,
not.
sorry, that has nothing to do with anime. Fantasy in general is not executed well.
Yeah.
We have our fantasy one in here, and we're going to get to it. We already told you guys what it is, kind
Yeah.
of by being on the list. So let's just talk about that one right now.
Yeah.
Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, guys.
It's excellent. Like it's not fantasy in like the traditional sense, but it has a lot of definite fantasy elements in there, while at the same time having that good action and drama and stuff, and being something that you can get a younger audience into.
Yeah.
And it
is.
I mean-
it is. I would say on the higher end of barrier to entry comparatively to the other things on this list.
Yes.
So here's one thing that's good to bring up here. We put Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood into the action drama category. But the thing is that this is more so for like not only just action drama, but like action fantasy drama. Like really make sure
Yeah.
that they are a fantasy fan of some kind. Like here's a way to look at it. If they liked Lord of the Rings for the wide scoping journey, not as much for actually the like
Epic battles.
the epic battles or the characters, I would say this is where Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood takes the character aspect and the journey and just goes heavy in depth on that.
Generally, the premise of Full Metal Alchemist is enough to basically get you to be able to see if someone will like the show,
Right.
Because it's the whole crux for the entire story. So.
Yeah, if they loved Avatar: The Last Airbender, if they loved
Yeah.
that, then take them to this. Then take them to Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood.
Yeah.
Because it is
Yeah.
a good maturity step up from Avatar. It has the anime humor that someone who's watched Avatar: The Last Airbender has kind of been prepared and cushioned for.
And it's the same length, basically.
It's
like,
basically the
almost
same
exactly.
length. Yep.
Yeah,
This is level 2 Avatar: The Last Airbender with just a couple minor flubs in pacing.
Right.
Other than that, a fantastic
Just
recommendation.
excellent.
Let's go into the fun stuff.
Yeah.
This was one that we're breaking all the rules here. We're gonna tell people to watch season 2 of an anime and nothing else.
Yeah, and you probably know what we're talking about then.
Just because saying that.
From saying that. But Full Metal Panic second season, Fumofu.
Yep.
So nothing against Full Metal Panic, but what?
I'd stop everything! Guys, I think we just got Twitch partnered!
Really?
Like, right now! Yes! We did!
Awesome!
What? Guys!
We did it!
Like,
We did it!
holy crap!
Okay. All right.
Oh my gosh.
Cool.
Wait, what is going on here? This
I-
is staff. This is
Oh.
staff basically just coming in and just saying hi. Oh my gosh. Wow.
Hello.
I freaked out. I thought we were being attacked by bots. Wait. Not staff? Wait. I'm so confused. Wait.
We are bots.
Okay. Wait.
All right.
I'm so confused. What is mods? What is going on?
I don't understand.
Oh my gosh. Okay, well, I guess
Wait. This is a raid. It means another Twitcher who just
Send
finished
their
their stream
stream,
and sent their viewers here. Okay.
I actually started sweating, and I was just like,
This must be the work of an enemy stand.
all right, wow. Oh my god. Thank you.
Holy crap.
Twitch staff, whoever.
Yeah, whoever is
thank
responsible
you,
for this.
Thank you so much. I just.
Okay.
Oh my heart,
Thank
Jacob.
you.
Let's hug. This is. Oh, we did it, buddy.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Okay. Cool.
My heart. Wow. Oh my gosh. Slay, 100 bits. Thank you so much. Grats on partner. Oh man.
Okay. Well. All right. Cool.
Yeah, I just what?
Okay. That happened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gateway anime, gateway to Twitch. That's
There you
all
go,
I'm
yeah.
saying. All I'm saying. Just like
Everything
there
will
it
be
is.
Daijobu.
All according to Cake.
That's right. That's right.
This is the work of an enemy staff.
Nice.
What is going on now? Everyone's cheering bits
Whoa.
now. Oh my gosh. Daiki with the 500 bits.
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much.
Thank you so much. What? I don't even know. We have 161 viewers here. What just happened? I gotta
spike.
I gotta say to Twitter, let's just post
Okay.
this really quick.
Now,
Staff
now-
Platinum.
staff and anyone else that is here right now, an anime that might be a good one for you to watch. If I don't know how into anime you are, but there's an anime second season of Full Metal Panic called Full Metal Panic Fumoffu. Fumoffu. It's on YouTube. It's excellent. It's hilarious. It's just a great comedy. Like I did not think I would be into comedy anime, really, but just the first episode of this one is so good. Like it had me just side-splitting laughter, and oh man, yeah, it's so good, and it has some just sweet little bits of romance in it too. It's
Someone
fantastic.
gifted us subs too? No, who did I miss? Oh, wait. An anonymous gifter gifted 5 tier 1 subs
Wow.
to Gabriel Braga, Will G, the Casual Otaku, the Divine Jake, and Mary Weather.
Thank you so much.
Oh my
Whoa.
gosh, this is so cool.
Whoa.
Oh my god. And then someone else just gifted a sub to Arrow Solar. Mary Kish with the 100 bits, and Whoa Gooey Engineer with the is that
So
10,000?
10,000.
10,000
Holy crap.
bits!
And
oh my
and
god!
Chief Danjorger 500. Thank you so much, guys.
I don't know what to say.
Oh my god.
No. Holy shit!
Yeah.
Oh man, Chief Dan
Wow.
George with the 500 bits.
Oh, that's how it's okay, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow, congrats on partner. Thank you. Give a speech.
I like less than half of you half as well as I should like, and I like less than half of you half as well as you deserve.
Anime review. Everyone watch anime. Watch
Yeah.
more anime. Tell
Basically.
other people about anime. Share the good word
Yes.
of that is anime. The art, the beauty, the presentation, the soul of anime. Bear it in you and charge forward into the crowd of normies. And don't let yourself be dissuaded by those that say Breaking Bad is the greatest show ever.
Your drill will pierce the heavens.
Your drill will pierce the heavens.
Yeah.
Go beyond.
Yep.
Plus ultra. Everything. All of this. Just go and we.
And any of you new people that are here right now, there's this movie called The Silent Voice. It's my favorite movie ever. It's so good. It will rip your heart out, stomp on it, and light it on fire. And that's all within the first 20 minutes. And then it'll try and spend the rest of the movie making it all daijobu and okay again. You should watch it. It's really, really, really good.
Dr. Woman Respecter, thank you so much for the Twitch Prime sub. Glad to have you here. Joe Cuck and Arrow Solar, thank you so much for the follows as well. We salute you. We are glad to have you here.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, Twitch staff knows what's up. Nikki V says Silent Voice is great. Of course
it's
it is.
so good.
Yes.
It's so excellent. Ugh.
So how's this gonna
Cried
fit
like a
on
baby.
YouTube?
That is an excellent question. That
I don't
knows?
know. It's just gonna be like a bunch of madness
knows?
and stuff.
yeah. Wow. Okay.
Now this is a podcast. Oh my god. Okay, let's just continue, Jacob.
Yeah. Okay.
Let's just continue shilling
but yeah,
here.
Famofu, it's excellent.
So we have to talk
Really
about.
short.
Oh yeah, you gave your talk on Famofu.
yeah.
So specifically, why you should watch Famofu is that there's a lot of comedy out there that really relegates itself to, I would say, wordplay, humor, and really forgets that the proper just kind of story format of using the actual plot of your episode to structure a joke's platform, like basically prepare the audience for a joke by setting the story in a specific way. Famofu does that perfectly.
Sometimes half an episode will just be for one joke.
Yep.
And it's excellent.
And it's fantastic.
So good.
If you can watch the first episode of Famofu, you will have the most, I would say, one of the most
it's so good.
hilarious, wholesome jokes in anime delivered to you.
Yeah.
And as far as recommending it to people that are, like, oh, well, I don't know about anime or whatever, find those people that it's really easy to make them laugh.
Yeah.
Like those people that laugh at a lot of things and they haven't watched anime yet, this is the show that will have them in tears, just in tears by just a few episodes in with just laughter.
The early episodes are split into two sort of mini episodes like SpongeBob or something like that. So that's an even easier sort of barrier of entry.
Right.
Because they don't have to watch the entire thing.
Yeah, 11 minutes basically.
Right, and then they've got their reason to keep watching.
They've got their first hit,
Exactly.
Crimson 5106, thank you so much for the follow.
Yeah.
Glad to have you here. I wanted to introduce my family to A Silent Voice, my favorite anime movie. Now, thanks for your recommendation, guys. Oh my gosh, chat's
So glad we
moving
could
so
get
fast.
you into it.
Also, I experienced bullying, but more like the character of Ishida, though I didn't do it to other people to begin with. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Thank you for sharing your story. Yeah. That's awesome. Wow.
And again, the elevator pitch of the deaf girl that gets bullied viciously in school as a kid, but the main character is the bully. And the trailer for A Silent Voice is excellent. It doesn't really tell you anything about the movie, but it's presented just perfectly and beautifully.
Also shows off the soundtrack.
Yeah, it shows off the soundtrack and the fact that it's about a
amazing.
deaf character in communication. There's no actual spoken words in the trailer. It's excellent.
Yeah, really good stuff. Let's move on to the next one. This one is more of a group of movies, and just by saying that, y'all know what I'm talking about here. This is basically for those that like a Disney film, but want something a little bit more mature, something a little bit more thought-provoking, something with maybe a more mature message. And that's basically all the Ghibli films.
Yep, just any of them. They're all great.
Yeah,
Like
all of them seem to be tailored to basically a mass market of sorts.
Yep.
But I would say there are each ones for specific people. And just kind of look at the full gamut of Ghibli movies. Make sure you are at least, someone who's watched a good half dozen or more Ghibli movies, because a lot of people only watch like 2, and then they think they're done. But there's like how many? 19, like 25.
Yeah, I think like 25 or something.
Yeah,
like
something like
ridiculous.
that, yeah.
There's a ton of Ghibli movies out there. Some are better than others, but you can't really go wrong with them. And that's one of the best things about it is you watch those few that are amazing, but there's still more. You can still get that hit again with something that's similar but different.
Totally.
Yeah.
Outside Boxer and Stealthy Slith, thank you so much for the follows.
Yes.
Glad to have you here.
Oh, and Ghibli movies, they're good fun for the whole family. Like you can basically show them to anybody.
Totally. Next thing that we're going to recommend here is, let's just go and finish off the final movie on this list here.
Ah.
Yeah, this is a movie that I would say is good for specifically a family
Yes.
gathering watch of some kind, but also I would say for the for the older people, not just
Yeah,
for
like-
adults, but like even like grandparents and stuff.
Right, exactly, because it has a lot of just like it will evoke feelings of just good nostalgia, but then it also has just some good fun for the younger kids
For the younger
too.
kids as well.
Yeah.
This is Summer Wars.
Yep.
Summer Wars is a movie that I would say the title doesn't really help sell the movie.
Right.
Yeah,
because
you don't
Summer
really,
Wars.
you don't really want to be like, hey, if you watch this movie Summer Wars, you want to tell them like, hey, I would like to show you this movie
Mm-hmm.
that is just a really good family dynamic story,
Right.
with a cool twist on modern technology and
Yeah.
how it can affect our
Right.
environment and world in a dramatic way.
And that does it in a way that is not preachy, because like if I were to tell someone about a family movie that talks about the modern technology and like the dangers of that, like, oh no, if someone were to tell me about that, I would not want to watch that movie.
Right.
But Summer Wars is fantastic. It has the whole family aspect of finding a family and what family really means, the bonds being more than blood, and
Yep.
and the like. And then it also has the fun sci-fi sort of Tron aspect to it too.
Totally. Keziani15, thank you so much for the follow. Glad to have you here.
Yeah.
Oh my
and
gosh.
also Summer Wars. One of the reasons it's such a good gateway anime is because it can get people into other Mamoru Hosoda films.
Yes.
Such as Wolf Children, which I would not say is a gateway.
No, it is not.
Anime, but it is excellent. And if you get them to watch something like Summer Wars, then you could be like, hey, there's this other fantastic movie that will probably make you cry a river.
That is
that
just
by
strictly
the same
better than
director.
Summer Wars
Yeah,
in a
yeah,
lot of
and
ways.
it's just better. And and then you can get them to watch that one.
And then it snowballs, and it does pretty well there
Yep,
in regards to that.
Oh yeah, specific Studio Ghibli films that are good to start out on. Princess Mononoke is excellent. Spirited Away is a bit trippy but very good. Howl's Moving Castle is awesome. My Neighbor Totoro, that's a great calm, just one like I get the feeling like younger kids tend to get a lot more out of that, and then the people that are more interested into like breaking apart stories and stuff. But yeah, there are a ton of great Ghibli movies. I don't know how to pronounce it. Whatever.
Hey, Arnold, Murder of Birds here.
Hey,
Make sure you're streaming
welcome.
1 week from today. Wait, what happens 1 week from today? Glad to have you here, dude. We just got partnered. Like,
Yeah.
we just got partnered just like in the middle of stream. Staff rated us with like bots or something, or I don't know what.
Or was that? Wait, Arnold, was that you that sent people to us?
Wait. No, it wasn't him. He said,
Okay.
Did I hear my boys got partnered? Yeah, we did.
We did.
We did. Just like
just
like
10
20 minutes ago,
yeah.
15 minutes ago.
It was
It's just
amazing.
It's just madness,
Yep.
like absolute
so good.
madness. Just so much
So
much
great.
craziness.
Yes.
They were memeing guys. They weren't bots. Okay, thank you, Gooey. We are
Yeah.
plebs, and we don't
Yeah.
know anything that we're talking about. Each of
That's-
them were staff members,
which is
What-
crazy.
That
That
was
was like
just
2
so
dozen
cool.
people that were just in here. Yeah.
We still have one in here, an Arrow Solar. He's like, we're not bots. See, this is our issue, is that like we don't really know what we're doing half the time. Shh, don't tell all the other Twitch staff there.
exactly,
Take away our partner thing.
And in this corner of the world, I would not recommend that as a gateway
definitely
anime.
not.
It is an excellent one.
Oh,
it is an
fantastic,
excellent film
yes.
that will rip your heart out. But I would not recommend it as a gateway anime because it is a bit
Totally.
slow, and the feelings at the end can. Oof.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Very cool. All right, so let's go over to the next one. This is one of your personal favorites, Jacob. We're moving back into the darker side of things.
yes.
This is for those that want the action, but they don't want the wholesomeness. They want
Right.
the edge.
Exactly.
They want the grit.
Yep.
They want an
want-
awesome badass girl
Well-
with guns. And
Let me.
Yeah, this is
explain
your
a bit
show,
more, 'cause,
yeah.
yeah. If they want an action just romp, you can't do much better than Black Lagoon.
Yep.
And here's the thing, because
Yep.
there are plenty of action anime out there, but very few of them stand the test of time.
Mm-hmm.
And Black Lagoon has some incredible characters and amazing dialogue. The
Mm-hmm.
dub as well is, again, one of those things where I I would say the dub is so good that if you have only watched the sub, you have not gotten a true Black Lagoon experience. So that's another reason that it is a great gateway anime. There's a crap ton of language and potentially questionable material, but it is excellent. The action is awesome. The character dynamics are just all around excellent. The music is amazing, like that opening and the ending. Oh my gosh. Yeah. If you're wanting people that are basically interested in having just an adrenaline ride that has more to it,
right?
That might surprise them. Black Lagoon, I mean, it's Black Lagoon.
Yeah, it's a great thing for that. The thing about Black Lagoon that keeps me from generally putting it as a recommended one in there is that I think the show rapidly degrades as it goes on. But I think that if you're just wanting to get someone into the whole thing of having anime feel grounded in the fact that it's a real life
gritty
action.
Criminal
We're not
underworld.
shooting energy blasts at each other.
Nope.
We're not doing weird, whatevers or whatever. It's just guns and explosions and helicopters and pirates and modern day Southeast
and while
Asia.
they do push the bounds of like possibility, most of the time, with like 2 or 3 exceptions, it's that's possible, not likely, but possible,
but also the dub.
But the dub is really just where it's at, like because the fact that it is this criminal underworld thing, and the fact that it's not actually in Japan, like there's only one Japanese character in the show.
Yep.
So the fact that like listening to it in English is really just the way to go.
Oh, it is.
Especially in episode 7, it is so good. I got into it because I actually saw a bit of art of Revy with the smug look on her face with the guns and the cigarette and everything. And I was sort of just like, okay, yeah, an action show. That sounds like a lot of fun. But there's a lot more to it than that.
There is a lot more to it than that.
So,
that's true. Yeah.
Yeah.
So definitely for those that want the gritty, violent, R-rated action anime experience with a lot of, I would say, dark humor and also some good, snappy dialogue.
Yeah.
Especially when you watch it in the dub.
But again, forewarned, this is not for those with queasy stomachs or those that get easily offended.
Yes.
Because...
Yeah, it's got a lot of edge and stuff to it there.
Yep.
How do you join the Discord? Just look in the sub room. There's an invite pinned at the top.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can go into the Discord with a gifted sub. Make sure that you sync your Discord and Twitch accounts together so you get the Twitch subscriber roll.
Yes.
Because we flush out everyone without rolls at the end of every month. So just make sure that you do that in the next, week or two.
Right.
But other than that, you can get in. The last one on this list, I believe. The last one on the list. Yep. This one is one that a lot of people have watched.
Oh, yeah.
It is kind of, in my opinion, the second most popular mainstream anime after Death Note.
Yeah,
I'm sure
and
that
it's
there
by
are
the same creator, which is
I'm sure there are others that are more kid friendly, like you could consider Pokemon to be actually the most popular anime.
Sure.
But in terms of, I would say, the more mature stuff out there, Death Note is definitely number 1. But Attack on Titan is probably up there, especially more recently.
Attack on Titan might have surpassed it. I don't know, because I think there was a point where Attack on Titan reached One Piece levels of popularity.
But that might be more so of the manga kind of things as well.
Sure, but
Just in terms
Attack on Titan is just excellent, no holds barred, tons of action, and tons of mystery to it too. It's a true thriller. Like it's got the dark elements and everything, but because there is a big difference between action and thriller. Black Lagoon is action, right? Attack on Titan, that's thriller.
Yes, there is action involved, but when you go and watch the first few episodes, you realize how much of it is setting the world, and the action is just humanity getting we don't want to go too in-depth into it, but it has probably one of the best first episodes of any of the anime on this list. Like
Really?
Like I would say just in general
Oh, wow.
of getting people hooked into it.
Dang, that's really interesting because my story of watching this show is my anime friend, right, that was telling me that there's more than just Battle Shonen.
Yeah.
Was telling me about this show Attack on Titan that he was watching. He's like, you should watch it. And I was like, no, I don't really want to watch it. You know, giant naked people, whatever. No, that sounds stupid. He's like, okay, well, do you mind if I just nerd out about something that happened last episode? I'm like, sure. He told me about what happened in episode 5, and I'm like, oh wow, that's because that. It was currently airing, right?
Yeah.
And then, so I ended up watching the first episode, and I actually dropped it right there. I was like, oh, okay. You know, first episode, it was good, but whatever. Then...
Now, to be fair, you had watched anime prior to this.
I had watched anime prior to this. Yes, that is very true.
So he's going into this with kind of the expectations put upon him by the premise of the show.
Right.
But if you don't give anyone, I would say, any info about the show, you bring them in blind, and you just tell them this is an intense, super intense, dark thriller show. And if you even need to figure out what like specific people are really gonna like this, I would say you can kind of go for it and say, hey, you know The Walking Dead? This is basically an anime version of The Walking Dead with a more interesting world, I would say.
Yep.
A very, very interesting world. There's the fantasy aspects of it, but it's also one that focuses, at least in the beginning, for a good chunk of the introduction, of just the humanity surviving against an insurmountable odds kind of threat. And it also has the dystopic elements there. So
post-apocalyptic
kind of thing. So if that's someone's cup of tea, try out recommending Attack on Titan to them.
But this was my gateway anime because
Yes,
once I
it
did go
was.
back and start watching, I watched episode
boy.
2 through 25 in one sitting.
Yep.
In the library at my school, right? Just absolutely transfixed by it. So it's quite good. And now we have, you know, half of season 3, which is just awesome. So if they are the type of person to enjoy Attack on Titan, because it won't be for everybody, they will love this show.
Yeah, and it can turn someone definitely into an anime fan, like on the flip of a dime. Like, okay, so it's at the turn of the dime. But basically, an example of this was I knew a guy who understood that I liked anime, but wasn't really much of a fan of kind of how he didn't like how the characters looked derpy. That's what he said. I think that's what he said. He said characters look kind of derpy in anime. And it just kind of And I knew that Attack on Titan's characters seemed, I would say, for the most part, pretty realistic. There's an aspect of it there that, the Titans look derpy.
Right, yeah.
But the Titans are also like actually terrifying psychologically for people. Yeah. So I was like, hey, there's an anime that I would say you'll know whether or not you'll like it within one episode. And if you like it, you probably won't be able to stop. And he's like, okay, like what kind of show is it? I'm like, well, it's pretty dark, it's pretty violent, and it's like the perfect thriller post-apocalyptic kind of scenario. And he's like, okay, yeah. And I'm like, I'm not going to tell you anymore. I just highly recommend watching it.
Yep.
And he came back to me a week later, and he's like, where's season 2? And I'm like, oh,
that's
all
the
right.
age-old question, isn't it?
Yep. Yeah. And I was like, well, we're in the waiting period right now for season 2. And he was just like, no, like that cliffhanger, dude. Like you can't just be like, who knows when? Just give it to me now. I'm like, here's some other anime to get you into it.
84 years.
Yeah, so I gave him some other anime to watch, and now I think he's watched at least a dozen anime of like multiple different genres, and he's an anime fan now. So yeah.
One other big thing about Attack on Titan, and this is huge, like it can't really be stressed enough. There are some other ones that are also like this, but for the kind of show Attack on Titan is, this is very important.
Yeah.
It has no fan service.
Yeah. That is a good point. Yep.
None. And that, because if you think about anime, right? Anime is weird in a lot of different ways. There are a lot of reasons why people wouldn't be able to get into anime, because they're not used to cartoons and they don't want to take them seriously, or the comedy's different, or they don't like reading subtitles and listening to like a different language. But fan service, I feel like, is the biggest thing that can turn people off to anime very quickly. Because, well, yeah. You don't have that in Attack on Titan. You don't. Even though it's a show about naked monsters. Like,
yeah, in a lot of ways, that's something that is a plus for it. It's something that people go like, oh, that's brilliant. That concept that actually unsettles me, and now I want to watch more.
Yep.
So guys, this is our not fully comprehensive, not every single gateway anime out there, because we haven't seen every single anime for one, but also we'd love to hear some of your recommendations for anime that you would consider to be gateway anime. Wait, what did I miss? What
are you talking about? Mikasa's abs are right there. For fan service.
Oh man, I could see them pulling something at some point when the series goes a little bit into a comedy side of things, but I almost feel like that's never going to happen in the actual show, because Attack on Titan almost doesn't really have true comedy. There are a couple moments in there where they'll actually have it be funny, but it's more that the characters have just spent enough time. We spend enough time with the characters that we come to appreciate like those little dumb things that they do. And it's not really that it's actually that funny. It's just that you're like, John, like horse face, like that kind of stuff. So it's pretty good there. But yeah, what are some recommendations? I hear the Attack on Titan manga is entering its final story arc. Well, that's something for Jacob. I'm not a manga reader with regards to basically anything but Berserk, which is kind of cool. I like that. Yeah. I like that I'm getting spoiled right now. I'm watching reading basically the best manga out there.
Well, we need to get you to read A Silent Voice.
Oh yeah, for sure.
The manga for that is exceptional.
Not High School of the Dead, Caleb, even though it was my first anime besides Dragon Ball in my childhood.
Whoa.
See, that's the thing. I didn't put the Dragon Balls, the One Pieces, the Narutos, the Bleaches. I saw someone mention Yu Yu Hakusho on there. The Hunters out there, because those are the long-running shonen that I would say if someone has watched them already, good.
Yeah.
Have them branch off from there into a different genre.
Right. It's like,
Yeah, this thing about gateway anime is basically the ones that make them want to watch other anime. The reason why we didn't recommend those is because there's so much of investment potential that people might just lock off and go, this is my anime now. I don't need any others. And I'm like, oh, you're missing out on the beauty of how much is out there.
And
so
the other thing is that if people are going to enjoy like battle shonen, then odds are they either already have seen one or will watch one without our recommendation, right?
Totally.
They don't need any help to get that, right? It's the other ones that are a bit more like different, different tastes for different people stuff that need a bit more help on that end.
JoJo is really good for action fans. Started it with my dad, who's 54, and he binged parts 1 through 4 in 2 weeks. We make references all the time now. That is awesome, Star Platinum.
That is amazing. Story.
I would never recommend JoJo's to someone early on in their anime career. No.
Okay, here's how I could see you maybe doing it, is basically say, all right, anime and animation and stuff, that's super weird. Well, there's this show that basically takes that and owns it, and makes it just really weird, but somehow makes it work.
Okay.
But
I've heard now Gabriel Braga is saying Noragami for sure. Excellent balance of humor, drama, supernatural, etc. Same voice actors of Levi and Aaron. Same studio as FMA. So Noragami is a show that we've heard about, but I think
we don't really know much about it.
I don't think we've had any of our close IRL friends be like, you need to watch Noragami. So we'll eventually get to that one.
It's on our radar, but
Space Brothers is one of the best show for family viewing. Such a funny, amazing, wholesome show. Space Brothers OST is greatest OST ever. Okay, we'll definitely move that one up on our list. We have Space Brothers on our list right now, but that's a good recommendation there. Yeah, JoJo is too bizarre for normies. Red Alchemist. Yep.
For Your Lie in April, that is one of those ones that I was actually thinking about, but I would recommend that one for after something like Toradora or
Sure. Yeah. Have you guys seen Yu Yu Hakusho? Or are you guys planning on seeing it? We are planning on seeing it eventually, but it is not high on our list at the moment. Gateway anime for sports people is Slam Dunk and Hajime no Ippo. Well, awesome. We're watching Hajime no Ippo. Right now. It's replacing Haikyuu. Rest in peace, Haikyuu.
Yeah.
It's pretty good there.
Yeah, SAO was probably huge in getting people to watch anime. And, for a gateway, I might potentially recommend SAO at, like, the beginning parts and stuff. And maybe just, like, the first core, because it gets weird in the second core.
Yeah.
Because that's probably when they would also be able to get the most enjoyment out of it. You know, when they haven't like heard about all the hate for it and stuff.
For sure. That actually happened to me. I was hanging out with some people after eating at a restaurant, and we were in the parking lot, and we started talking about anime, and they were saying that Sword Art Online had the greatest romance in anime of all time, and I almost like died, like I almost died choking on my own tongue. Basically, I was just like because I was like, don't say anything, and I let them continue talking, and they brought up some interesting points about why they liked the romance. I was like, do you want to watch more romance anime instead of
do you want to watch one that's way better?
Instead of trying to trash Sword Art Online, I was like, hey, well, here's another one, and I referenced Toradora.
Yeah.
I was like, hey, give it a shot. It is a lot funnier than Sword Art Online, so you get the romantic comedy aspect of it,
right?
And there's more characters that you can attach yourself to. And that was my only jab I made at SAO, where she was really into the Kirito Asuna thing. I was like, this one is based around a group of 5 characters rather than a group of 2,
right?
You know, so you can get more to jump into as well. After not watching anime for a couple years, Attack on Titan got me back into watching anime.
That was basically what it was for me. I started like looking out for just any anime after watching Attack on Titan.
Lunar Legend, that's a great point. Finding gateway anime is a good blueprint on how to do it, but in many cases, people get into anime because of shows that everyone agrees isn't a good gateway. Totally.
Yeah.
But you can never predict what's going to be someone's like snowball anime that makes them watch every anime ever.
Yeah, I am very glad that I watched Bleach, right?
Yep.
Even though that wasn't the first, you know, and just
beginning
that I watched it, right? Even though I would not recommend someone else to watch it if they were just getting into anime. Yeah.
Speaking of Summer Wars, did you know the director made a One Piece movie?
I did
not.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Okay, cool. Here's a hot take. I've been watching anime for more than 20 years, and I still think that SAO has an incredibly good romance. All right, Lunar, that's
cool.
awesome. Yeah.
Well, and to be fair, we haven't watched all of the SAO stuff that's out there.
That's true.
So, you know, it very well could, like, because that's, I feel like that's one of the main things that SAO probably does that a lot of other anime don't, is that they have an ongoing story where they stick with the main couple dynamic.
Gotcha.
But, yeah.
The Disastrous Life of Psyche K, similar theme of Mob Psycho, but focused on comedy. MC is a psychic kudere, also voiced by Levi's voice actor. Nodame Cantabile does everything Your Lie in April does, but better. Fight me, Kappa. All right.
Okay.
Thank you for the recommendations.
Oh.
You should have told that SAO friend about Clanad, Caleb. I haven't seen Clanad.
He hasn't seen Clanad.
Yeah.
I have seen Clanad, and Clanad is excellent, but I feel like the best part about Clanad is the fourth core.
Gotcha.
If they don't like the first 3 cores, they might not, you know, like
Sure.
that can be hard to get people into it from that.
My snowball anime was Konosuba.
And
you know what? You know what's funny?
You are a blessed person.
You know what's funny though, Gooey? I actually think it was partially so for me as well.
Really?
Because when I watched Konosuba, you were terrified that I was going to hate it.
Oh yeah, I didn't actually recommend it to him.
Yep.
Like, because that was one of those ones where I was like, yeah, you wouldn't like this one. It's got a ton of fan service, but oh man, I just need to sort of rave about like funny moments and stuff. And then
So
he
I was
watched
like-
it
I
on
was
his
like-
own time.
Yeah, I was like, I'm going to watch it. And you're like, okay, well,
Yeah.
okay, but, you know,
Yeah.
just take it with a grain of salt. And I came back after season 1. I was just like,
Yeah.
I love it. I love it so
one-
much.
I think that one kind of loosened you up to be like, okay, yeah, there's anime that embrace the stupidity of anime.
Well, I had watched other semi-stupid shows out there. But the thing is that they had some other aspect about them that transcended the stupidity.
Right, whereas it reveled in the stupidity.
Konosuba is super stupid in its presentation, but actually in its concept and in a lot of the jokes that it presents, they're really smart.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Like, some of them are
They know what
really
they're doing.
genius, like
Yep.
really geniusly crafted. I almost see it as basically like the perfect sitcom, you know?
Yeah.
It's basically my lovable group of D&D idiots going around doing their thing. And I already watch things like Critical Role and stuff. So it's like, if I get to see like really stupid anime characters doing Critical Role type stuff.
It's the idea that everyone,
amazing.
Everyone wishes they were Critical Role,
Right.
But the D&D groups still end up sort of devolving into Konosuba.
Yep, exactly. Recently changed my go-to first-timer anime to Boku no Hero. Shows like that. That blend anime and Western tropes are good touchstones. Well said, Sir
It has a lot of
Bratigan.
good connection points.
Yes,
for
we
people.
mentioned My Hero Academia very early on because it's one of, I'd say, the simplest ones to recommend to people nowadays because there's a lot of buzz around it as well.
Oh, A Lunar. Yeah, I mean the whole 2 seasons of Clannad. Okay, cool.
Gotcha. Okay. Sorezore Children, indeed good show. Haven't seen that yet.
I've heard about that one. I want to watch it.
Okay. Gintama's comedy is on another level, so good. That is probably one of the shows that I've heard is like so heavily weeb that you can't introduce anyone unless they've like unlocked their level 20 badge in anime. Now, this is actually something
Might be totally wrong because we haven't seen it.
No, but like just based on what I've heard, it's basically the Monogatari of comedy.
Ah.
And Monogatari is like, I don't even know what it is. It's just something.
It's Shaft.
It's Shaft. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yes. So this is something I wanted to bring up once we were done talking about Gateway anime, because I want to talk about something that a specific Discord member kind of spurred on the idea of. I want to hear your guys' thoughts on this. I want to hear Jacob's thoughts on this.
Oh, yeah, because this is the thing that I know nothing about.
Yeah. So this is something that I talked with on the Discord. There might be a couple people here in chat that know what I'm about to bring up. I think that there's a very good potential for a new anime video idea, specifically around basically deducing in a very comedy way, because this could come off very elitist if you do it wrong. Okay. Basically, an RPG system.
All right.
For the XP, the Weeb XP value of each individual anime.
Okay.
Okay, so run with me on this, Jacob, just for a little bit. Where basically an anime like Cowboy Bebop is very easy to get into. And if you've watched Cowboy Bebop, you can then be ready for, like this next new level of anime content. Like it kind of gives you a good template. This is not and again, this is all for comedy's sake for the most part.
Oh yeah, I can imagine how you could make some great jokes with Cowboy Bebop about like 1,000 weeb points because this is absolutely, the greatest anime of all time, or something like that,
Whereas actually, I would say it actually gives you like no weeb points for watching Cowboy Bebop because it's actually like one of the most basic shows out there in terms of like accessibility. But then you go into other things like you started K-On! Recently.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would.
Although that was K-On! Was stupid popular.
I know, but the thing is, in terms of leveling up your weeb points, essentially.
Gotcha.
That one is way higher up there. Because this is on finishes.
Sure,
You have to finish these shows.
And you could also have kind of like it be like a bingo system where it's like, okay, have you watched a cute girls doing cute things show to completion? Have you, like all these different things.
Yep.
So if like you're just watching, say like, I don't know, like comedies, right?
Right.
Then that's just a certain level of weebness, right?
Right. And I would love to basically come up with some stupid mathematical formula that is completely broken on several different, angles.
Right.
But basically where, you watched Evangelion. Awesome. Like, you finished Evangelion.
You now have a philosophy major.
Right, exactly. Yeah. Because you've now watched Evangelion, you've now unlocked the, the pathway to gathering your skills in this specific area. But the thing is that this is one that is very hampered by the fact that we don't watch every single anime out there.
This is
and we
true.
probably never will watch most of every anime out there. Right. So what I'm thinking is that I can start acquiring data from people like you in chat and start gathering like specific values that we can attribute to each anime on specific things. And then based on like a summation or a multiplier of all those things together, we determine how weeb essentially something is. And then we can have a video detailing what are the top 100 most weeb shows out there based on however many people we can get this poll to spread around to. This is something that I saw the Anime Man do, where he did basically the top 100 anime according to Japan.
Oh yeah, that was a thing that happened. Yeah,
and the national whatever found a way that they basically said everyone has to choose their one anime across the last 100 years that is considered by them to be the greatest anime of all time.
There were anime older than 100 years.
I guess so. So basically, it ended up with some really, really interesting results because people were like, wait, that's first and second? I think it was like Tiger and Bunny, like first and second season.
Yeah, and then
top
America
two.
did their own version of it and everything. Yeah.
Well, I don't know if there was an American version ever.
Yeah, or it was the online community.
Oh, the online
At least,
community
you know,
did
yeah, and to kind of be
But
like,
imagine,
let's
guys,
fix this.
how fast something like this would spread across Reddit, how fast something like this
Sure.
would spread across basically just anime sub-communities, and finding some way to then pool all that data and make sure that it's the polls, the survey, essentially, is comprehensive enough that we're actually getting, like, actionable data other than just giving people a list.
Sure.
Because I think you can take that list and then go and start giving like a rudimentary kind of progression system for people out there that want to just level up in
Get into the
potential
anime
there.
grind. Yeah.
Hell, like we could make even some kind of an app for it or something like
and
that.
Sure.
I mean, there's all kinds of fun potential for this there. Make a base website and something where people then go like, all right, plugged in this. Because Mal is really not helpful. Like, let's
Yeah.
be real here. Mal is the kind of thing where you basically are like, okay, there's a lot of things Mal does, but who actually goes into the discussion forums on Mal? Like, do people do that?
Do they exist?
Yeah, they exist, exactly.
Yeah.
I think it's nice to basically have your little your list and be like, this is what I've watched, this is what I plan to watch, and all that. But imagine putting a comedy spin on it, and it's basically just like, you know, I mean, people could lie and say they've watched all this stuff and everything, but then you could basically see like, oh my god, like this person is a level 5,000 weeb, like, oh my god, they've watched like 2,000 different anime. That's insane. Like,
What I would
it's
love
actually
to see
ridiculous.
for something like that is like as the list is being developed, let's say,
Yeah.
you have something where you get some number of points for all the shows that you've seen that are not on the list, because there's so many anime out there,
Right.
that like if you were to make a list about things and do so, okay, you get this many weeb points for this stuff or whatever,
For sure.
a lot of it would first cover the more popular stuff that everyone knows, right?
Right.
But there's so many obscure anime out there,
Oh,
right?
yeah.
Like so
Oh,
many,
yeah.
so many. Like
So that's why I would have parts in there where I'd be like, I need you to give me those 5 obscure anime that you're sure no one's ever heard about also. And then we can assemble that data, and based around that, we will not only know which ones are like the most complex, and you need obviously a 200 IQ in order to understand Rick and Morty kind of thing for like, those kinds of things. And this would in some way also kind of tell us which fandoms generate the more elitist potentially people. Like this not only would like be a thing of where people would find out like, yes, there's a lot of weeb points in there, but it also tells you like fans that are like diehard fans of this show alone might be a little bit on the like pretentious side,
So
we
could break down. So what this would end up turning into is actually a way to figure out this show has objectively the worst fan base, followed by this show, followed by this show.
No, not
then you
the
have,
worst. No, not the worst, because I'm sure there's some cancerous fan bases out there, but they're small.
Right, exactly.
They're small. There's a difference between having a popular and semi-cancerous fan base and a super tiny niche fan base.
Right, yeah. If you go with averages, then of course on the outliers it would, skew and do all kinds of crazy things with numbers.
Totally. But guys, what do you think about this, and what do you think are some data points that we should look for in this gigantic kind of survey thing? Like, what do you guys think? I'm gonna go and scroll up to chat, see what we've missed so far. All the anime that target a Western audience over a Japanese audience are level 1 anime. I would say that's a great kind of starting point. Is like something that you feel like targets specifically a Western audience versus a Japanese audience.
Highest level of weebness is watching seiyus on YouTube.
Nice. Achievement unlocked for watching 3 seasons of Bakuman, Legend of the Galactic Heroes. I feel like trashy anime like Eromanga Sensei would probably be worth more points than, say, anything actually good. Yes, that probably is true.
Probably.
Watching most of every anime out there is my shtick. Don't steal it.
That's actually a good point. If the ones that are more trashy and not actually that
Well, wait
good
a
would be
minute.
worth more weeb points, so this is
There's
just
a
encouraging
chart-
people to watch
There's
Terrible
a
stuff.
chart done by one of the biggest anime YouTubers that kind of already did this. Daedra, make sure you pass that along to us. Because I want to look and see what they didn't do. Because I don't think
you plus 50
I don't think they
strength
actually
plus
did
vitality.
everything I'm thinking about right here.
Well, if anything, they probably did it like 5 or 6 years ago, and then-
Oh, that's
You know.
possibly true. People go to Reddit over Mal. Yep, exactly. I'm already competitive. Don't make me an even worse weeb. Oh my god, Lunar. You're panicking here. The Anime Man was the one that organized the whole top 100 best anime according to the West, based on that list made in Japan.
Gotcha.
So how many anime have you watched? Well, how many breads have you eaten?
Like, I mean, at least 100. At least.
Oh man. Where do you link the chart? You send a message to us over Twitch. Send a message to us there. And if you can't link it in here, make sure that you message one of the mods. Like message Lunar in chat here. Playing Dark Souls while being a fan of Berserk makes you turn hollow and removes 13 charisma. Wait, what? Fan bases are made of humans. It's always the same in the end. Yeah. The Danganronpa fan base, Monka S. Oh my
I've
gosh.
heard a lot about that fan base, just generally.
Imagine everyone on Discord looking for most underwatched anime series right now.
Yeah, basically,
Possibly.
yeah.
Boku no Pico. Oh my gosh. You fiend. Dio! Jojo! Yes. How many points for Princess Tutu, I wonder? Check it out, chat people. It's very much worth your time. Yeah, cool. I have a relevant chart to post. Can I have link permission? Let me see. How do I need to give you the ability to, at the very least, message me it.
Wait. Hey, Jacob, just finished FA and love it. Can I have a little bit more Earth/Venus, Mars/Saturn? Didn't want to say the title just in case. Wait a minute.
Wait.
So the title now is Battle Lines.
Wait a minute.
And
who
wait.
is this?
Wait. Yeah, who is this? Okay.
Nahuel156.
Have I? Wait.
Have you given the full
Well-
manuscript out to anyone?
Well, I've given it out to some people, but it was way old versions of it, so it's probably a completely different story by now.
Yeah. Message Lunar with the link of the chart.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or Daiki. That's the other thing. As long as you just tell us where it is, we can find it. Like, we have Google on our side. Like,
Yeah.
we can do that with no problem. Most anime comedy is something which folks find different. Anime don't have the fake applause, instead have the weird chibi animations and face expressions. Yeah, totally.
Yep.
If you're enjoying comedy and anime, I guess the first barrier is broken and weeb has born inside of you. The young warthog. Yeah, that was very well summarized. Thank you for adding
Yeah.
that. I thought we were more so interested in statistics. There are a lot of arbitrary charts out there. Yeah, totally. Yeah, we're definitely more interested in statistics rather than specifically just,
Can the bros recommend some gateway hentai? DM me if you think it'll hurt your end.
We don't watch hentai, sorry. Like, we actually don't. I'm not saying this ironically.
Yeah,
we don't. But, hey,
Sorry to
I'm sure there
disappoint.
are people in chat here that do. I mean, yeah, I'd refrain
I've heard
from...
Bible Black get memed a bunch, so I
That's
don't know.
true.
Maybe that would be.
That's true.
Here's what I have.
Specifically the dub, right?
Yeah, here's what I have heard. Anytime you watch a hentai, you are morally obligated to watch it in the dub.
That's right.
Because, dubs for anime generally get a bad rep anyways, but for hentai specifically, it's one of those so bad they're absolutely incredible.
Whoa, which is more weeb, Konosuba or ReZero? Konosuba? ReZero? Oh, they're both
I'd
both
say
really tough.
I'd say Konosuba just edges out a little bit.
It has more ecchi.
Well, yes, that's definitely true. But
So I would say Konosuba on the ecchi level.
also because you can actually take ReZero seriously at a lot of points.
That's so funny. because-
While there are problems with
Yes,
ReZero,
yes.
but you can't take Konosuba seriously at all.
Nahuel says, didn't know was Battle Lines. I suppose is a really early version.
Probably a very early version. How long ago did I send it to you? Just curious.
And
Well, I don't want to ask you this.
yeah, I know.
Public, but yeah. Oh, Jacob, but there is no Polish dub for hentai series.
Oh my gosh, I'm sorry.
Well, hey, business opportunity.
See a need, fill a need.
Oh boy.
Oh my gosh, how did we get into this?
Yeah.
No. Oh man. All right, so back on the whole topic of this list idea. The list seems fine. Did you want me to send it to you somewhere? Also, I know where they found it. I told you about it on Discord. Okay, cool. Yeah, now that you've told us about it on Discord,
Cool.
We'll check into it and talk about it more there. But we have to actually wrap up the podcast
do.
pretty soon.
Yeah. It's
So-
online somewhere. Oh, I know where you found it then. That's so old. That's so old. What you?
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, I
Yeah.
know that. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
not
That-
even the story anymore.
Like, okay, no, but actually, you are one of the few people. You are the second person then to have read the first draft in its entirety. Wow. Because here's one of the things for any writers
so
out there.
cool,
For
yeah.
any writers out there. Don't stress over the first draft. Just write it. Do it badly.
Write
get
it
done.
so badly.
Write it badly because
Yeah.
the thing is, when the editor actually goes to work on it, even if the kind of general stuff with the story stays the same, the actual words on the page will be like 100% different, right?
Yep.
So don't worry about it. And Nahuel 156. I salute you. My grandpa is the only other person who has read the first draft in its entirety. I'm gonna go back and reread it once the book's done so I can see how far I've come.
Yep.
But yeah, that's wow.
That's cool.
Wow, I never thought I would.
Gooey
see
really
the day.
liked the Cyanide Philinide joke.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, in hentai, that's all it's about. Filling all the needs you can. You see it there, and you're like, I'm gonna fill that need.
Hey, if you want to read it, Lunar, go for it. But totally different from how it is now. Like, yeah.
I feel important now.
Yeah, go for it. I mean,
That's
hey,
cool.
Tote that around. Wear it as
Oh
badge.
man. Oh
Yeah.
man. Yeah. So, Gateway Anime. The meme kind of video idea thing I had was basically just after getting all the data, polls, and surveys out there, having them just spread through Reddit, like, whatever, giving, I'd say, a good month or maybe 2 months of time to let everything kind of percolate and be, acquired, and then be, of course, like actually readable and, viewable, then make a video in a very ridiculous format, basically talking up the weeb levels of viewers to casual viewers to those that have basically prestiged in their levels, and they've gone all the way back to weeb because they've realized that anime is trash, and so am I. So
I feel like this is how you start a war.
this is how you start a war. But the thing is, like on some level, I feel like it's just a fun thing that I can give back to the anime community for just being so good to me. Like I feel like I owe the anime community so much, because not only are you guys so passionate about this stuff, you're actually some of the most inviting people to newbies. Like,
Yeah.
a lot of communities out there are very exclusive.
Whereas
For
this
people
it's like,
joining in. This it's more like, yes.
We get to corrupt someone
Yes,
new.
corrupting a new one. Yes, bring them in. Daiki with the 500 bits.
so much.
Still partner hype. You guys deserve it. Wow. Thank you so much, Daiki. You're awesome.
The bros deduction at work. Saw it online. Oh yes, I remember back in ye old days. I did once upload something to the interweb.
Yes.
Basically,
Indeed.
Yeah.
Savvy Blue, good to see you here. Oh, man. And also do some collaborative discussions about this, like with Giga, etc., to get more views. Oh, yeah, totally.
That would be.
I think
pretty
what
awesome.
the idea is that we'll hopefully generate enough buzz around the idea of this poll survey thing that people will be like, oh, what's this thing doing there? Oh, it's some dumb reaction channel out there. They're just looking for attention or whatever. And then it's like, they got 100,000 people to give data to 100,000 people. I could definitely see that happening, like very, very easily.
Yeah.
Wait, drama war with Giga? When did that become? No, they're talking about war between anime communities, not
Right,
between
because-
YouTubers
yeah.
or whatever. No.
Yeah, no, that'd be dumb.
I'm like a tier 5 or tier 6 on that list that was linked. I feel I should feel ashamed. I feel like I should feel ashamed. Nah, Lunar. You're
Embrace
legit.
it.
In our book, you're legit.
Yeah.
Like, no, no big deal. Any plans to collaborate with other YouTubers? You know what's weird is that Jacob and I don't actually seek out YouTubers for the purpose of collaborating. We seek out other people for the purpose of just connecting with them and being friends. And that's probably one of the cool things is we've actually like met some pretty
Yeah.
cool people at either like conventions
Yep.
or just messaging them.
It's pretty
just
awesome.
Going to their Patreons and supporting them and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Like you've met ProZD and chatted with him.
Yeah, I mean not in person, like,
No,
yeah.
but
Back when he actually had a
multiple
thing where
times.
for $20, you could do a
what is going on? GUI engineer with the 1,200 bits. Once
Holy
again,
crap.
congrats on partner. I've known people stuck in the not getting partner loop for months now. I know, like what the heck? And then we have Daiki with the
gifted 5 subs.
5 tier 1 subs to Long Kazuma, Landwalker, JM Dinosaurio, Mard Gear 11, and Sebastian Kun. Welcome. Wow.
Bye,
Thank
little
you.
Sebastian.
Daiki, you're so cool, dude. What the
Yeah.
heck? And GUI, oh my gosh.
you guys
GUI,
are-
y'all
you guys
y'all
are
are
awesome.
awesome.
Thank you
All
so
these
much.
people doing this, like at least a large majority of them, are on our Discord.
Mm-hmm.
And the cool thing, guys, is that like we understand that not everyone has the $1 a month for sure
Yeah.
and stuff. But we love how welcoming and wholesome and just generous and just amazing you guys all are in the anime community to us.
Yep.
Jacob and I, in a lot of ways, we don't deserve you. Like you guys
Yeah.
are so good,
Yep.
and it's one of the coolest things when we can talk and brag about you guys to people that are just like, yeah, the internet's kind of a dark, edgy, scary place. It's like, no, dude, like.
I mean,
there are some.
It is
real-
dark and full of horrors. But,
yes.
but there's a lot of
There's a
awesome
lot
stuff
of
out there,
awesome
too.
people out
Yeah.
there. So,
Yeah.
appreciate you all.
Yeah.
We are the most wholesome community. Star! Hey!
Hey!
Yes, Star! Oh, yeah. You'll never get a gift sub. Oh my gosh. Ardbard never getting a gifted sub, even though you're like almost always in the Twitch chat. Erwin is my president with the 100 bits. It might be a
you.
small amount of bits, but I give it with all my heart. We accept it with all our hearts.
Shinzo Sasageo!
Yes.
Suzume!
Oh my gosh. Blindwave X Semblance of Sanity. Okay, so I might be sending something to Blindwave. Stay tuned. I'll let you know when they open it in one of their mailbags. So I'll tell you guys to all go raid their mailbag comment section and be like, Semblance of Sanity sent us. And I'll give you guys a specific message because once you see what's in the mailbag, you'll understand why. Yes, Kikakudori, yes. Wholesome community except Fate fans. Wait, what?
What? No.
What's wrong with Fate fans?
No, it's just that Fate lore is so extensive that in order to properly explain it to people, they need to tell you all about the
Gotcha.
paradoxes and different aspects and the like.
Murder of Birds, X Semblance of Sanity. Well, Murder of Birds and I are big, like he's very similar to us in that he loves to discuss like shows,
Oh, yeah.
like really in depth. So I'm kind of I'm trying to like seduce him into watching anime, like really like be like, dude, you got to get into anime again, because he hasn't watched like classic anime since I think he said like 2015. And he's a huge Hunter x Hunter fan. So
Yeah.
when we started going through, Greed Island and the Chimera Antark, he was like, "Hey, dude, like I'm loving your reactions. Keep it up." Yeah, it's awesome. I love how people are already guessing what they think it is with regards to Blindwave stuff. You'll see. Systems like Wikipedia that require mass cooperation is proof that the vast majority of people are helpful. Don't believe that the loud minority is the majority.
Yes.
Well said, Mesker.
Thank you, Mesker.
Well said.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Excellently put.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
SOS Bros community, best community. Aw, Dr. Women Respected, thank you so much. Appreciate it. We're preparing an invasion of Blind Wave comments. Excellent. You'll see. All paradoxes from 2000 series involved in Fate series. Oh my gosh. Caleb brushing up his seduction skills. No. In anime, we call it shilling. That's all it is. It's all it is. Nothing sexual. Nothing sexual.
That's it.
A raid? I now have a use for all of my old pitchforks. Let's do this. Oh, man. What does a Twitch partnership do? There's a whole page. If you just Google Twitch partnership, it'll give you a full detail there. I don't even know exactly what it does, but the main thing is that it gives us a lot more control over our Twitch channel.
Right.
We get to do a lot more things.
Yep.
We're not limited, basically, in what we can do. And it's constantly improving and getting better because Twitch is now, getting Amazon money, and they're making Twitch a lot bigger than it could ever be. So it's pretty cool. Pretty cool right now to be on Twitch.
Yes, Peps too. Just because you're correct
Doesn't mean you're right.
It's one of my favorite lines.
It's such a good line.
It's such like a stupid line, but at the same time, there's so much wisdom in that. It's so good. Yeah.
By the way, before I forget, the Twitch subs I gifted also gives you Discord access. So take a look. Nothing to lose. You're welcome.
Yeah.
Yes. So what Daiki is saying is that if you are a Twitch sub, go check out the subscriber room here for our Twitch. Yep. And there's a link that invites you to Discord. Once you're invited, you will get spammed by a bunch of awesome people in general saying, welcome! And all you need to do to make sure that you can stay in the Discord is that as long as you're a sub, you will get the Twitch subscriber role on the Discord.
Right.
That you just need to sync your Discord and Twitch accounts together.
Right.
It's very easy to do. It's in the personal settings for your Discord, and so just do that, and you'll get a fun purple name. It's pretty cool. Pretty cool. Fun fact about Hajime no Ippo. Whoa!
Manga started in 1989 for Hajime no Ippo, and it is still ongoing.
Dang!
Holy crap!
That is actually crazy.
That's wow.
Thanks, Daiki, and thanks, SOS, for the awesome content. What a milestone today. So happy we could witness it. Yeah, yes. I'm still shook. I'm still just kind of like, Jacob, this happened.
Yeah.
This happened. Yeah. But, yeah, guys, wow. Thank you all so much. Thank you all. I'm so glad y'all were here to see this. This is special. This is really, really special. So, guys, we have our Berserk manga Twitch stream tomorrow, 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Make sure to be there if you're a fan of Berserk, or if you just want to see us enjoying some quality manga.
That's right.
I do a gaming stream Friday night, 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Doing kind of fun stuff there. Make sure to check that out. Make sure to say hi to us on the Discord.
Yes.
Jacob and I are very available and friendly on there.
Yeah. We're friendly all the time, but the idea is you can actually reach us on there and talk to us one-to-one.
Like a lot of times I feel like online there's a lot of barriers to to the people you like to connect with, especially if you're like us and you have a big schedule and stuff. And the Discord makes it so smooth. And so feel free to tag us, say hi, ask questions on there. There are our rules, of course, with regards to that, but don't be a stranger. Don't be a stranger.
Yes.
And a lot of people on there are also they're all a rabid community just like us. They have a semblance of sanity though.
That's right.
So don't be afraid or scared of them to ask questions and say hi and everything there. So guys, we'll see you all later. But until then, we're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we'll see you all in the next Twitch stream. Berserk! Berserk tomorrow!
Yep.